Well, a lot of times when we speak with, there's folks who come to Hemlane and they say, I'm thinking about short term, and we're thinking about long term. And we tell them this and we say, great, if you decide to go the short term route, we'll talk to you in 6 months because we know you'll be back.
You'll be back, yeah.
And so even after furnishing the place after a year, especially if they're trying to manage it themselves, or if they're not, then they're paying 30% plus to a property manager. Either way, they come back and say, you know what, I just want to do the long term where it's steady, stable cash flow. This is how I'm going to build wealth.
Yeah. I think the biggest thing for me, and I thought this last year, and again, I had dozens, if not up to 100 people basically say something like that, like, you're old, you don't get it, this is the wave of the future stuff. I step back and actually go back right to the IRS. The IRS treats a long-term rental very different than a short-term rental. Short-term rental is a hospitality business. It's an active business. Being a landlord of monthlies or yearlies is passive. It is treated fundamentally different by the IRS. And if that's not a signal that it's a different animal, you're not paying attention in my mind.
Yeah, definitely. And that's where I think the numbers are super important. And a lot of times folks get misguided. They're not looking at the full picture. They're just looking at one line item and saying, oh, look, but this is higher, and not looking at that whole picture of what does this have to do from a tax implication? What does this have to do from like all of the additional expenses, capital, including all the furniture and stuff that you're getting for the property. There's just a lot more that goes into it. And so, yeah, I've done both. After doing short term, I think for a year, I said I would never do it again. And it was just so much more of an emotional roller coaster. And as a real estate investor, you just don't want that. And I'm competitive. I want 5-star reviews, right? And
Yeah.
so you're going just above and beyond on everything. And the very level I would have some short-term tenants who were fantastic, wonderful, left the place in great condition. And then I had other ones where
You only need one, just one a month to just wreck it.
Totally. And it's different because if it's a long term and the tenants are kind of sloppy, you only deal with it once. And also all their furniture is out, everything else, it's easier to clean. When you're talking about stains everywhere, all over things, broken glasses, it makes it so much more difficult.